The Nature Pro Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Edwin Porras, Physical Therapy, Medical, and SpanishPoints.com. Gracias por todos los videos, coming to you semi-live from the Pro Athlete Physical Therapy headquarters. And today I want to talk a little bit about Jordan Mason, and I want to talk a little bit about Chris Olave. But first, make sure you go down to the show notes. You go to the Injury Prone Draft Guide and Playbook. You tap on that link, and you get it. This is going to be your ultimate guide to managing your own fantasy team and understanding how injuries are going to impact your players and what to do about it. So let's jump right in. Jordan Mason, of course, is the talk of the town here. And what we know about Jordan Mason is that Shanahan's called him day to day. We did confirm this is an AC joint sprain like video suggested. And what you need to know when it's not a severe AC joint sprain, NFL running backs, they end up missing a median of 4 days and an average of 11 days. In other words, from the date of the injury, Jordan Mason really is going to be right on that border. I expect him to be a true game time decision. They did sign Jerick McKinnon because they probably are really trying to cover their bases here. But the important thing here is don't blow your fab or your rolling waiver on a guy like Isaac Guerrero. I don't think he's going to be, even if he's here for a long time or for a good time, I don't think he's going to be here for a long time. Christian McCaffrey's return really is right around the corner too. If McCaffrey's not back by week 8, I do think they'll bring him back by week 10 after the bye. So any way you slice it, I don't think this is going to be a Guerrero season. I think Jordan Mason comes back, and when he does come back, he's going to be volatile. If he plays, I think it'll be dicey, right? It'll be dicey because he could re-injure pretty easily. So just understand that he's highly volatile. But in season-long leagues, if you have him, you may have to start him. But maybe you might not have to, right? If you've got a solid stable, you could very easily have Joe Mixon, Jahmyr Gibbs, and another running back, maybe even Najee Harris, right? You don't need to necessarily start Jordan Mason unless it's a smash spot, which I need to continue to look into the data because I'm going to be honest with you, I have not looked at the matchup. So that's it on Jordan Mason. Another guy that I really think you need to be cautious of and weary of is Chris Olave. Chris Olave has now, since 2020, accumulated his 4th documented concussion. Here's what you need to know about concussion injuries, right? When you have a concussion, wide receivers miss an average of 0.67 games. They miss a median of 1 game, and they miss a mode of 0. 91% of NFL wide receivers miss 0 to 1 games with a concussion. Only 9% of wide receivers miss 2+ games. Here's the catch. This is Chris Olave's 4th documented concussion. If we move on to look at guys that have had similar outcomes or similar trajectories with multiple concussions after their third one, right? After their 3rd concussion, his best comp is, after their 4th, is Sterling Shepard and Brandon Cooks. Shepard missed 1 week, re-injured it, missed an entire month, right? Cooks missed 2 weeks after his 3rd documented concussion, and the Saints are now in a very similar precarious situation. If Chris Olave plays, he's at an increased risk to miss additional time. There's a small outside chance, depending on how his symptoms respond, that Chris Olave misses an extended period of time. I don't want to predict that. I don't want to project that because, again, concussions are not sticky. The data is really, really volatile with concussions because every dude responds differently. Every team manages it differently, etc. What I am saying is I've got a couple Chris Olaves, and I'm probably shopping them around just to kick the tires, right? I said this about Nico Collins earlier this season. Turns out I should have been more aggressive in getting rid of him instead of having to sell low like I did. I don't feel as strongly with Chris Olave, but that is on the table for him to miss an extended period of time. So that is it. Make sure you go to fantasypoints.com, check out the rest of the guys that I'm tracking here. Cooper Kupp, Malik Neighbors, all the different injuries. Marvin Harrison Jr., they're all at fantasypoints.com at the free injury review. So good luck.